So here's a really interesting question that I received from Mimi from Portugal, who said, my partner and I seem to appreciate feeling loved very differently. For me, I can sense his love for me when I receive a gift. He, on the other hand, prefers a good quality conversation. She says, are there languages of love? Is it possible that we feel and appreciate love differently? And the answer, of course, is yes. Of course, this is, once again, not my area of expertise. The best work on the topic comes from Gary Chapman in his bestseller called The Five Languages of Love, in which he basically explains that we want to give and receive love differently. We want to feel that someone loves us by observing different gestures that he calls the languages of love. Of course, those are very different. So one of them is gifts is one of the languages of love that Gary speaks about. So receiving gifts is one way of expressing, giving gifts is one way of expressing and love, and receiving gifts is one way of feeling loved. There is what is called quality time. So that's what Mimi's partner enjoys. Being able to dedicate yourself to your partner so that you can spend quality time together in whichever kind of quality time that is seen as a way of expressing and feeling loved. There are acts of services, buying her flowers, cooking dinner for him, baking a cake, helping her out with some paperwork or something at her work, and so on and so forth. So that's one way of expressing love. Physical touch and intimacy is definitely anywhere from holding hands, feeling being hugged, or full blown intimacy is something that is a way of expressing love. And then, of course, there are words of affirmation. Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? And that all comes from, I want you to say it to me. I want you to tell me things like I'm beautiful. I want you to reassure me that I'm okay. So yes, there are languages of love. The ultimate language, however, and the reason why I wanted to answer this question is this language, right, is spoken words. And believe it or not, unless you have managed to find across all of our 7 billion plus people, you found the oracle as your partner is not going to ever be able to guess entirely what's in your heart. And one of the challenges we face in the idea of romance is, if he loves me, he should know what I want, he should know what I need, he should know what I expect. And that actually is one of the reasons why we sometimes are constantly disappointed, because of course he or she wouldn't always be able to detect what it is that you need in your life, in general, let alone in every specific moment in your life. And so by us not being willing to express openly what it is that we need, sometimes we end up in a place where we feel disappointed because our partner, even though loves us, is unable to provide what he doesn't or what she doesn't know you need. And so my recommendation is that the ultimate language of love is, hey baby, can we talk about something that really pleases me? Always talk in the positive, right? Don't, try to avoid criticizing or saying that something is missing, but talk about what you want in your relationship. And if there is something missing, openly say, hey, by the way, I love it when you do this. I love it when you give me this. I love it when you, touch me that way, or when you tell me words like this, or, that positive reaffirmation is quite useful. Positive reinforcement is quite useful in building a strong relationship. One thing I would highlight before I thank you for this question is, and just like you need things, you should have the empathy that your partner might need things that you don't feel are necessary or that you don't understand. And so one way I always advise in the language of love is, when you ask for something, it's only fair to close by saying, and what can I do for you? I've told you that I love gifts as a way of feeling loved. What is it that makes you feel loved? And please let me know that, so that I can include that in my relationship with you too.